Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I also would like to welcome you to English 5 course. Today we will learn a little bit about grammar in English. We will start with verbs. So verbs, English 5 grammar. Let's start it. Purpose. The overall purpose of practicing the English grammar is to improve our writing and speaking skills. To know the grammatical rules of a language helps us to become better speakers and better writers. When studying English, these are important knowledge for us to have in order to be a part of a globalized world. Grammatical skills help us to reach a higher level when it comes to communicating in different areas, such as in political, cultural, professional, and social contexts. Content of verb. We have the base or the root form of the verb. We have the third person singular present tense or the S form. We have the past tense of the verb. We have the present participle tense of the verb. We have the past participle tense of the verb, as well as we have the past continuous tense or ing form or ing form. Now we will start with the base form or the root form of verbs. The base form or the root form of verbs means the virgin of the verb without any endings. Endings such as s, ing, and ed. The base form is the same as the infinitive. For example, to walk, to paint, to think, but without the to. An example. Now we have the base form, take, okay? The S form, which is also called the third person singular present tense form, becomes takes. So take becomes takes with the S form. And in the past, take becomes took. So take, takes, took. With the ing form, take becomes taking. And with the past participle, take become taken. So take, takes, took, taking, taken. Okay? More examples for the base form or the root form. We have see, love, play, sing, walk, and talk. We can just add to in front of each one of these words and so on and so forth. Now go on to the present tense form or the third person form. We use the simple present tense when an action is happening right now or when it happens regularly. The simple present tense is formed by using the root form or by adding s or es to the end of the word. Used with the pronouns he, she, and it. Examples. He goes to school every morning. So the root form of goes is go. Another example. She understands English. Root form of understands is understand. It mixes the sand and the water. The root form of mixes is mix. He tries very hard. the root form of tries is try. The last example is he washes his clothes every day. Now the root form of washes is wash. Go on to the past tense. The past form is used to describe something that has happened in the past. We usually talk about frequency, like often, sometimes, always. Example, I sometimes walked home at lunchtime. In Swedish we say jag gick ibland hem under lunchtid. So you are talking about something that happened or happens on a regular basis or has happened on a regular basis. Another example, I often brought my lunch to school. In Swedish we say I tog ofta med mig lunch till skolan. So you are talking about something that you are doing over and over again. A definite time period. Like last time, when I was a child, yesterday, 6 weeks ago. Example, we saw a good film last week. Vi såg en bra film förra veckan. Another example, yesterday, I arrived in Frankfurt. In Swedish we say, jag kom hem från Frankfurt igår. So yesterday, and last week are definite time periods, okay? So last week, yesterday are definite time periods. An indefinite time period, for example, the other day, ages ago, a long time ago. Example, people lived in caves a long time ago. In Swedish, för länge sedan bodde människor i grottor. So you don't really know when exactly happened. Is it 50 years ago or more? Nobody knows. Another example, she played the piano when she was a child. In Swedish, när hon var liten spelade hon piano. So you don't know exactly when it is not. So yes, so you don't know exactly when. It is not a definite time. It is an indefinite time period, okay? So when she was a child is an indefinite time period, okay? Now pattern för regular verbs in past tense. So regular verbs in past tense. Now positive sentence, we have subject and verb with ed because it will be a regular verb, okay? So example, I skipped. So the present tense of skipped is skip, and because it is in the past tense, we just put the verb in the past tense, and in this case, it is a regular verb. That's why we add ed. So I skipped. Now with the negative, we use the subject and did not. And after did not, we should use the verb in the infinitive form without to, of course. So they didn't go. They didn't go. Now in the questions case, we put did because it is the past tense. We put did in the beginning of the sentence, and then we put the subject, and after the subject the verb will be in the infinitive form. So did she arrive? And then question mark. Did she arrive? And now with the negative questions. With the negative questions, we use did not because it is negative and it is question, of course. So didn't. And then the subject. After that, we have the verb in the infinitive form. So didn't you play? Didn't you play? And then the question mark. Okay? Now go on to the pattern for past tense irregular verbs. So irregular verbs. Okay, guys? Some verbs are irregular in past tense. Example, to go. So go is the present tense. Okay? And we can say also it is in the infinitive form. And now we will make go in the past tense. Okay? So, for example, he went to a club last night. He went to a club last night. So, go becomes went in the past tense. Okay? And in the question, we should say, did he go to the cinema last night? Did he go to the cinema last night? And then the question mark. So did, and then the verb will be in the infinitive form after did. Now with the negative, he didn't go to bed early last night. He did not go to bed early last night. Note, after did, we use the raw form of the verb. All right? More example, to give. We gave her a car for her birthday. We gave her a car for her birthday. They didn't give John their new address. They didn't give John their new address. Did Jim give you my passport? Did Jim give you my passport? And this is the question. And here we have the negative and the positive. Okay, positive, negative, and question. Now go on to the past participle. The past participle is often, but not always, formed by adding the suffix ed to a verb. It can also be paired with an auxiliary verb like was, were, has, and had to show that an action has been completed. Examples: he was finished with the project. He was finished with the project. So was and finished with ed. Okay? So suffix ed to a verb. We have verb finish and ed, which is a suffix, and we have was. So it is a past participle. So he was finished with the project. Another example: the bread was baked fresh this morning. Was baked. She has burned dinner before. She has burned dinner before. I have lived an interesting life. I have lived an interesting life. Note that many past participles in English are irregular and don't use the ed suffix. For example, the song was sung well by the rising opera star. So the song was sung well by the rising opera star. So sang, it is irregular verb, okay? And was, sang is past participle. So the song was sung well by the rising opera star. The new bed was brought into the house carefully by the delivery man. So was brought. Brought is the past tense of bring. Okay, so the new bed was brought into the house carefully by the delivery man. The doctor said that you have broken your arm. The doctor said that you have broken your arm. Have broken. Now, past continuous tense. Past continuous describes action or events before present time that started in the past and is still happening. In other words, it expresses unfinished or incomplete actions in past time. Examples: they were waiting for the bus when the accident happened. They were waiting for the bus when the accident happened. So they were sitting and waiting for the bus. At this moment, they saw the accident. Okay? Another example, Caroline was skiing when she broke her leg. Caroline was skiing when she broke her leg. So at the time where Caroline was skiing, she broke her leg. Okay, guys? Thanks for watching, guys. If you have liked this video, please click like, subscribe to my channel and share this video. Bye, guys.